Alright guys, this is another timeless reading for guidance for this upcoming week from whatever day that you're watching it for the next following 7 days from the time that you're watching it. Alright, so here is your guidance for this upcoming week. I'm scared for it that it's going to fall, so I'm just going to go. Okay. Spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, traditions, conventions, conformity, education, higher knowledge, teacher beliefs, systems. Alright, so it's like in my last week's reading, so this really feels like progression. It feels like a consecutive message, because last week we're talking about focusing on rewiring your limiting beliefs, and so this week we're talking about how you're able to be elevated, you're raising your vibration, you are creating a better reality for yourself because of this, because you're healing those belief systems. You're right, you're the Hierophant, right? You're like, I know my power, I know my worth, and therefore I don't buy into the fears, I don't buy into the illusions, right? I just figure out a different way, I just redirect, right? And I still believe in myself, right? And that's really the key thing, is what I'm getting, is the belief in yourself is the key. Belief in yourself is a key, and it comes from the heart too, right? And we got to make sure that your belief in yourself and in your goals and your dreams are not fueled by your ego, and you have to be able to have that discernment that is coming from your heart. And how do you know this? How do you have that discernment? Let's tap in. Are you being nurturing? Is the wisdom, is your advice, is the way that you talk to yourself, is it coming in a calm manner, or is it coming in like with the energy? Think, listen, feel the energy behind it. It's not exactly about the words, but the energy behind it, right? It's like the way that you talk to yourself. Are you talking to yourself like, like there's fear behind it, like I need to rush, I have to do it now, or I have to do it by then, otherwise it's all gonna fall apart and I'm gonna lose my momentum, my dreams, my progress, because all of this is stuff that you have to remember that it's all from within. Right? So whenever you're coming from behind that energy, when that energy is behind your words, you have to realize, okay, I'm getting sucked into an illusion here. I'm getting sucked into lack mentality, lack mindset, right? And so, if you want to create from the highest, for your highest good, you have to align with that. You have to align with that with your mindset. You have to believe that you're worthy, and that you are capable of being where you want to get to, but also, like, you're already there. You already have that within you. You don't need to get there to cultivate that, to become that. Yes, right. So that's really, really the key, is like being in this, like, it's this constant balance of like knowing that you're worthy of this goal, but also detaching from it is also an important thing. Detaching from it, that it doesn't define you, and that you already have it, right? It's like sometimes we work so hard towards a goal that we forget that to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the process, to live in the moment, and to appreciate the novice version of ourselves, right? And we're working so hard to become the expert, the professional, the what do you call it? We're working so hard to become, right? But we have to appreciate. It's important to appreciate. Otherwise, what you want is always going to be out of reach. Your happiness, your peace, your sense of security is always going to be out of reach. It's not true confidence. It's not true self-love or self-worth if you tell yourself, oh, I'm only going to feel that way, I'm only going to be that way, I'm only going to look at myself and accept myself that way if I get there, when I get there. Yeah. So the Hierophant, I'm also getting like, it's teacher. Yes. So this message of like, you can be give yourself the authority to be that teacher, even though you're not at that level yet, because you can be a teacher to somebody who is, you know what I mean? Like, here's an example. You think that a 5-year-old can't teach nobody, right? But that 5-year-old's 2-year-old younger sibling, right, looks up to them, looks after what they do, and like that 5-year-old can teach that 2-year-old a lot of things. Even though they're such a young soul and spirit, they don't know that much, you could say, right? But you could still be a teacher. So that's the thing. So it's important to see yourself as somebody who's capable. You have to give yourself the authority, instead of keep looking outside for all of these certificates, all of these like other experts to tell you that you're good enough or that you're capable. Yeah, because even when you get that, if you keep searching for that outside of yourself, even when you get that, there's still going to be that feeling, because you're like, there's going to be that hunger of like, do I need more? Is there more? Am I enough? Because you never felt that way already. You're looking outside, right? So that's the important guidance, is that you are getting to that level, and you just got to consistently remind yourself to keep that, to fuel your motivation from within, from your heart, rather than your ego. Right? Important to have that discernment, right? And it starts with the belief systems. So that's also like a consistent thing. All right. And like, so believe in yourself. You have the knowledge, you have the capability, you have the wisdom, the power, the authority, right? To chase your dreams, to accomplish your dreams, to follow your passions, rather than what it is that your ego feels like you need to do in order to satisfy your family, the world, your friends, right? Yourself. but what is it that you're passionate about, right? That's what they're asking you to fuel from within, to motivate yourself, and use that self-love as fuel. Yes, treat your energy as sacred. I'm also getting treat your energy, right? Your womb space, your creator energy. Like, you remind yourself that you are the creator of your reality, and treat your energy, your time, your space, your thoughts as sacred. All right, and that includes the way that you talk to yourself. Now, it is difficult to do consistently, right? It's so easy to revert back to the limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, because it is like ingrained in us, and it became second nature because we never learned otherwise when we were so young. Right, so this, you just want to remind yourself and embrace that this is a consistent, it is a journey, it is a journey. Allow yourself to enjoy the process. All right, so that is your message and your guidance for this week. Thank you for watching.